Hello everyone, this is the Final Bosman, and on today's episode, I'm not talking about Nintendo! Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and this week, I have to be honest with you, we're in a little bit of a time crunch. You shouldn't do that. In showbiz, you learn you should not ever say that you're in a time crunch. Don't ever say that. Don't ever talk about time. It makes them nervous, makes the audience nervous. Don't ever apologize for nothing. Don't say you're sorry, it makes them uncomfortable. Don't ever work with kids or animals. Well, today I'm breaking all the rules. I'm sorry that I'm in a time crunch. Now let me introduce you to my 6-year-old daughter. Come over here, Cecilia. You're gonna sing a song with Daddy. But that's what I like about web shows is we can break those rules. If I've learned anything from doing this web show, it's like the more honest I am, the better it's received. So here it is. Here we are. And this week I want to talk about game publishers. We don't talk about game publishers very much. They're strange companies. We love to talk about Nintendo. Here's what Nintendo should do. Where's Sony right now? Where are they? What are they even doing? They need to respond. We love to do that. We don't talk about publishers as much. We talk about them when they're doing things we don't like. Ubisoft. But I think that might be natural. After all, we don't talk about like production companies for movies. Like we're not like, oh, I'm a big Paramount fan. I love everything Paramount puts out. Because that's what publishers are. They just, oh, I love Scholastic. I love every book. So they put out too much for them to really have an identity most of the time. But that's what I want to talk about them. And I want to classify them. I want to be my human brain and I want to put things into boxes. These boxes today, here's what I'm doing. I'm taking a little thing from the fighting game community. I'm taking tier lists. I love tier lists. Today's episode, video game publisher tier list. All right, let's start with A tier, of course. And looking up here, we have Activision Blizzard. There they are. Love them or loathe them. Activision Blizzard had a fantastic year, riding high. You just look at like that Blizzard half. Look at what that Blizzard half did last year. Got Diablo 3 on consoles, and that expansion, and Hearthstone, and World of Warcraft had a big expansion. Blizzard just makes money. What a buy. Oh, we're gonna buy Blizzard and make that money. And I mean, on the Activision side, we all had complaints. Destiny had a great year sales-wise. It did fine. It had a great launch. It performed well. And so did Call of Duty. Call of Duty didn't reach the heights of whatever Call of Duty Black Ops 2 reached or whatever. Call of Duty is still a very successful franchise in the US and worldwide. Still making dough. Still Skyland, it's making dough. Activision actually, what I like about Activision as well is that it makes games that it knows won't review well. It spends like the appropriate amount of money. I like this from a business sense, not from like I want to play these video games sense. Like with Legend of Korra, they're just like, okay, how can we make this get a 6.5? How much money do I have to spend for this to get a 6.5 on Metacritic? And that's basically what they do. They spend the appropriate amount of money because let's face it, like think of the people who will buy Korra at 6.5 and then the amount of people who buy Korra at 8.5. It's like not enough to make spending that extra money worth it. It's stupid economics. But sometimes it's like not worth it for Activision to make a good game. It's like it'll stuff that will drive you nuts, but that is what keeps them in A tier. That's why they're making great business. Hey, but also like if we want to be like supportive of like King's Quest, Activision is publishing King's Quest. So there's that. They're not all evil. Also in A tier, WBIE. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. We don't talk about this as a publisher very often. More recent than actually most of these other publishers we're about to talk about. Started in 2005. Started as, hey, why are we giving EA and Activision all this money to make games for us? We should make our own games off our own properties. And so, first games published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, The Matrix Online, and Friends, the one with all the trivia. Those were like, that's where it started, right? And so it didn't start as an A-tier publisher. By the way, the developer of The Matrix Online, Monolith, who of course just made Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. So yeah, they've turned around. They made Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, a lot of Game of the Year nominations for that game. And if you look at what this company is putting out in the new year, they've got Mortal Kombat X, Witcher 3, and Batman Arkham Knight coming in April, May, and June. That is Who is doing that? Nobody. That alone makes that publisher an A-tier publisher. Let's look at B tier. Let's move down one chunk. This is where we're gonna find EA. EA sells a lot of copies of a lot of video games. However, a lot of them are just licensed video games. A lot of them are Madden and FIFA. Those are their two most successful games. Hey, you don't own FIFA, you don't own the NFL, and so they have to, when they get that money, just kind of push a lot of it back to those very successful sports franchises. And so that kind of sucks. Like, what does EA have? What does EA own? It doesn't even own Titanfall. It owns Need for Speed. It's still got that. Thanks, Aaron Paul. It's still got Battlefield Hardline coming. You excited about that? Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars. We get all this money, thank you. And then Disney's like, I'll take my cut of that. Oh, Disney, come on. Barring like Mass Effect coming out this year, Mass Effect won't come out this year, let's be frank. That's not happening. What does EA have to put out this year? It's good. Hey, EA, you're doing great, but you're B tier. Who else is in B tier? Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two, what a weird publisher. What Take-Two is 2K, essentially. It's so strange. The games that are published under Take-Two Interactive, 2K Games, 2K Sports, and Rockstar. Rockstar, of course, huge. GTA 5 still, 1 year later, still is like one of the best-selling games. Rockstar makes crazy money. And if I understand the teachings of Michael Pachter correctly, Rockstar has a sick deal with Take-Two. Basically, Rockstar makes a lot more money off of its games than most developers do off of the games that are, like, Rockstar will make more off GTA than Monolith will off Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. It makes me think of a story. It makes me think of when my mom worked for a company that sold disposable cups and disposable, like, silverware for restaurants. And this company had locked down the McDonald's contract. And what's funny about locking down the McDonald's contract is you're not making a ton of money. Your margins are paper thin because you are competing with all the other cup companies that want that McDonald's contract. You cannot put your logo on the McDonald's cups. McDonald's are like, no, we don't want your logo, you weird little cup company. So essentially what I'm saying is Rockstar is McDonald's. Rockstar is the McDonald's of the video game world. Everybody wants that. Take-Two Interactive has it and makes money from it, but doesn't own it, right? We don't think of Rockstar as a Take-Two thing. We think of Rockstar as Rockstar. If you look at like 2K games, what does 2K have coming out this year? Well, we know NHL will happen, NBA will happen, WWE will happen. Those are 2K Sports. Great games. That's a total B-tier franchise scenario. But if you look at like the other games it puts out, I mean, Evolve is happening. Is Evolve going to be huge? I'm going to make a bold prediction. Probably not. Also in B tier, Square Enix. Square Enix, my gosh, what a company. Square Enix became very interesting, I think, when it snatched up a lot of Western properties a few years ago. What a weird choice. And now we're looking at a year where maybe there's a new Hitman announced. Maybe there's a new Deus Ex announced. There's at least Just Cause 3 and at least a new Tomb Raider. That's pretty exciting. Also exciting, what if all those sweet Square Enix games come out this year? What if Bravely Second comes out this year? And what if Final Fantasy 15 comes out this year? That'll be huge. Great potential there, Square Enix. Until you realize that potential, you're a B-tier publisher. Okay, let's look at C tier. That is everyone else. And they're going to move down to gutter tier, and we're going to find Ubisoft there. Big surprise. Great, Kyle. Kicking on Ubisoft. Everybody kicks Ubisoft right now. Ubisoft is the new EA, which was the new Activision, which was the new EA. Ubisoft is just making poor decisions, and with that, releasing games that are not functioning correctly, releasing a Tetris game that does not function properly. And so it's really hard to appreciate anything developed by this company. And when you're looking at this year, what do they have this year? Well, maybe they have The Division. They got a new Assassin's Creed game, everybody. Probably a Valiant Hearts sequel. Book it. Lock that one in. Valiant Hearts 2, the Second World War. So they have Rainbow Six Siege. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. This looks like an interesting game to me. I'm into it. All right, everybody, let's set up this house. Let's get ready. And all the people are like, okay, how do we invade this house? Let's act on it. You get one life. You die, you're done. I like that. I think it would be foolish to believe that you're going to buy this game for $60 and feel like you just bought a complete game. I think the way things are going, there's no way that Rainbow Six Siege is going to come out and feel good. We know there's just going to be too many things that you have to buy in there. That terrifies me. I guess our biggest question with that game is, how are you going to ruin it? Okay, we're showing off Rainbow Six Siege. Let me stop you. How are you going to ruin it? We're not going to ruin this game. However, you can buy a win. Ubisoft's getting out of gutter tier will not be easy this year. It's going to have to, announce a huge new game that's going to be like, like that Watch Dogs. They're probably going to announce Watch Dogs 2 this year. Think about that. That's going to happen this year, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Ubisoft, get it together. What are you going to, what do you even, let's be Ubisoft right now. What do we put in our Watch Dogs 2 trailer to make everyone excited about Watch Dogs 2? I think so it's a new city, but I think we're on the other side. We control the robot spiders. There's no saving this. So that's the tier list. That's where all the video game publishers fall. Lots of C tier. In Bandai Namco's what are we gonna do to get out of C tier? Another Naruto game? I don't think it's gonna help. And that is the episode for this week. I do have to put another person next to the spaceship. Last week, I said one of the words I cannot say, and for that reason, Brandon Reister joins the people looking at the spaceship. Congratulations, Brandon. Okay, Brandon Reister, there you are, joining the others. Everyone, I'll be back here next Wednesday, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, again, I got a minor time crunch this week, so I want to tell you the bonus bit that I wanted to shoot. Okay, we open in a very nice Activision office. Activision office, 2:30 p.m. A guy walks in, says, "Hey boss, did you see the final Bosman this week?" And I was like, "No, I don't watch that show anymore." It's yeah, a lot of people don't. But he did a tier list for video game publishers. Oh, Christ. Well, where do we land? You're not gonna believe me. Oh no, is it D tier? You put us in D tier? No, boss. He put us in A tier. Are you kidding me? How about that? Yeah, A tier, boss. Oh, that's pretty cool. Where did EA end up? You're not gonna believe me. Oh no, okay, where did EA end up? B tier. No kidding me? No kidding you, B tier. You know, I gotta say, it's a little critical, but I can't disagree. I don't like it. B tier. And us in A tier. Can you believe that? We really turned the ship around. You know that, boss? It's all on you, baby. Oh, come on. Now you're just trying to butter me up. I'm not trying to butter you up. I'm just saying, you're the best guy I ever met in my life. Will you come to my wedding? You're getting married? Yeah, I told you 2 weeks ago. I didn't know your name 2 weeks ago. You really, I know you now, but I didn't know you 2 weeks ago. I'll come to your wedding. I was just joking. I don't have a wedding coming up. Oh, you get out of my office. And stop watching Final Bosman. That show is garbage. It's garbage. He's not wrong. Okay, bye everybody.